Welcome to Baxter's Blades, all you buck knife lovers out there. You're entering the tiger pit. Let's check out this bad boy. I can't take it any longer. This is a custom. I don't get very many customs, and I was never ever interested in this blade. But the 503 prints has been discontinued from the buck shop. Why? To bring in room for the 55. And the 55 is absolutely awesome. I don't have one. I have plenty of time to get one. One second, let me pull this out. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, plenty of time to get the buck 55. It is now in the custom shop. They do not come with nickel silver bolsters. You have to pay $20 more. But if you opted for the 503 prints, which is smaller than a Squire, they come with nickel silver bolsters. And, well, I figured I'd get one. Let's take a look at it together. 503 prints. What? Look at all this riffraff. Oh my gosh, this is the dirtiest. This must have been at the bottom of the box. The dirtiest little velvety pouch, microfiber pouch I've ever seen. Certificate of Authenticity, custom 503 with the signed message from the Buck Factory, famous forever warranty, natural markings. Ordered it about 2 months ago. That's about $105. I didn't go crazy on the wood covers. On these smaller ones, I opt for high polished 420. Boss heat treated. Stainless steel. It's a small knife. And like I said, I will pick up a buck 55, but the one I want would probably be $150. Let's look at this little guy. What a cool little lockback. I'm going to have to bust out my Squire to do a comparison. So yes, no longer available. They come with nickel silver bolsters. I still think you can get the 501 Squire, which automatically come. That's a $20 option. When I get a small knife like this, I don't need to be Magna Cut or S35 VN. Yeah, they hold the edge longer, but this is a gentleman's knife that I will be carrying, and I have no problem stropping it when it gets dull. Buck does a fantastic job. Whew, look at that shine. They do a fantastic job on their edge. They come sharp. It'll probably last me weeks, months of hard use, and then I strop it and it's still sharp. I have no problem with 420. I know people think they're crap steel, but guess what? That's Case's true sharp is 420, and it's not even Boss heat treated. Look at this nickel silver bolsters. You can see the pin. I have noticed that with the nickel silver. If you look at the older stainless, you don't see them. They're hidden. Look at this oak is the option I got. It doesn't cost any more. Beautiful. Completely different than my oak 112 custom, which I'm going to bust out. Blade centering, pretty decent. Doesn't really wiggle in there. Yeah, I never used to like the mirror polish. I mean, I have a lot of case that are mirror polish, and Buck does such a fantastic job. And with the 420, you actually get a stamp. You see the Buck, Anvil, USA. You do not get a year stamp, so it's hard to tell what year these were born. Custom knife shop. Let's check out the blade grind. Holy cow, sharper than any other case knife I've ever gotten. What a cool little lockback. Oh, it is a 4-finger knife. They do not come with a sheath. They consider them pocket droppers, and they are small. Let's do a comparison. Okay, I'm back. So let's just take a look at the grain in that oak. You do actually see a little gray in there. Very nice. High polish. It almost looks lacquered. I've noticed when you get the high polish blades, they polish up the whole knife. So let's look at this beautiful. My original Buck 112 in oak, you can see it's totally different. Look at that oak. And I'm wondering, do they get them in bigger, thicker chunks like this for this? And look how thin this is compared. So they put a chunk on and they sand it down, and then you get into the goods. And so, yeah, quite the variation in oak. This is a Buck Oak Custom. This is also the 112, my very first custom. Look at that. Okay, let's compare it to my 501 Squire and Walnut. Same family, 501, 503, and then they have the 505 Knight, which is very small, and they are no longer in the custom shop. And that's just it. If you wanted this in Stag, it would still cost $75, like a Buck 110. These are pieces for the collection. I do carry them. I have carried this, which came with a sheath, kind of the size of a Sodbuster Jr., so I just throw them in a slip. This, they don't include a sheath because they are just a pocket dropper. And honestly, being a 110 lover and having fixed blades, and 112 is a fantastic knife, though heavy. Good hard users. It's nice to get a couple of Buck gentleman carries, and this is just beautiful in the collection. No upcharge for oak whatsoever. You don't know what you're going to get, and well, you can't get them anymore. You can get oak on the 55. You have to pay $20 for the nickel silver. I may get one in brass, a brass and oak like this. But yeah, so you see how I've opted. It's a $25 option for the mirror polish 420. And like I said, for these light users, that is just fine. Now it's only $25 more to get Magna Cut. So if you want to spend that, you can, but you're going to get a satin finished blade. You're not getting this beauteous mirror polish. Fantastic. Let's do a little comparison to the Buck Saunter, a modern slip joint. Saunter is more of a work knife and a hair bigger. And well, I try not to spoil this stuff. I don't know if I already posted the video of this because I'm recording these videos. I do not know in which direction. This is my Buck 500 from 2010 custom, found at the antique store. It is 185 of 500 in camel bone, finger grooves, bearhead. My only Buck 500 Duke. 500, 501 Squire Custom. And look at this little awesome lockback. Sure, you might scratch up the blade using it, being mirror polish. You can always polish it out. And if it gets all dirty and grimy and nicked up, heck, just send it back to the Buck shop for a spa treatment. Little off to the show side. Not rubbing. I do like it how it doesn't really have too much, has no play in here. I can move it. I don't expect completely center blades anymore from what I've gotten from American manufacturers. I just deal with it. But this, you can see just a hair play in there, but centered. You can still get the 501 Squire in the custom shop. Highly recommended. And they also come with nickel silver boasters. So they may start at like 80 bucks, but you're already getting a $20 option. Didn't really look at the box here. What's the box say? Custom 503 oak. Compliant. I don't know what else to say. Very happy. I never was a huge fan of oak, but I'm really liking what I see from Buck. Thank you for joining me in the Tiger Pit. You all stay sharp, be kind. Wow. And take chances. Take care.